What up guys, the Diablo 4 beta is almost here, and the devs have just shared all the information we need in yesterday's developer update livestream. We now know that we will have the entire Act 1 available to explore in the beta. That is a lot more content than we expected, and will for sure keep us busy for quite a while. Beta's max level will be 25, which should take about an afternoon to reach. However, if you want to rush it, you might be able to get there in a couple of hours. Also, the world boss we will be facing in the beta is level 25, so you should do your best to get as close to it as possible, because any level below that will dramatically reduce your character's efficiency against a higher level monster. If you have or plan to pre-purchase the game, you will have an extra weekend to try it out 1 week earlier. Early access starts on March 17th, and it goes on for a bit over 3 days, ending on March the 20th. In the other hand, if you have not yet purchased the game and wish to give it a try first, then don't worry, as you will be able to do so for free. On the weekend from March 24th until March the 27th, everyone will be able to play and explore the game. The progress will carry on from early access into the open beta, but of course, both will be erased before the game releases in June. The game will be available to download before these dates, so that when the gates of hell open, you will be ready to march right on into battle. For the early access, you will only be able to play the Barbarian, Rogue and Sorceress classes, as both the Druid and Necromancer will only become available on the open beta 1 week later. And now the most important announcement: everyone who gets a character to level 20 during the beta, both early access and open weekends, will receive the beta Wolfpack cosmetic, which is the most adorable thing you have ever seen in a video game ever. A gorgeous, incredibly cute animated wolf cub that sleeps and moves around a bit as he sleeps on your back, while you slay hordes of demons and face the force of hell itself. For the role players out there, you must protect this cub at all costs. It is now your mission and responsibility to do so. Also, we got the required computer specs for the game. They wrote it as beta PC specs, but I will assume that the game itself on release will require about the same computer power. For the minimum PC specs, pretty much everyone will be able to play, as these graphics cards are over 10 years old. The only concerning thing is that they recommend at minimum a 4-core processor, so if you are running a dual-core system, you might run into some trouble. Now for the recommended specs, we have 16GB of RAM, which is today's standard for gaming in general. We also have 4GB graphics cards, which most people who are willing to pay €70 or dollars for a game most likely have. The game does not seem to be CPU intensive at all, as they are recommending a 10-year-old processor. However, for maximum settings, you might need a faster 6GB graphics card. Lastly, on March 24th, you will be able to play with the devs throughout some of the open beta content, which is pretty cool of them to make an effort and interact with the community directly. It is not every day that you are able to see in-game the people that actually made the game you are playing. This is definitely something to look forward to. I am very excited for Diablo 4, have been a big fan of the franchise for many years, and I plan to cover the game in depth, with guides and of course brutal and glorious PvP content. That's it guys, thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you in Sanctuary.